All right. Assalamu alaikum, Gambia. Assalamu alaikum, friends of the Gambia. Ngamobe kontong. Itol ani kontongol. Ani betara dinkira minto. Be August 29, 2024. Nying arami salungo. Ntolla jan, the time is almost 10:30 a.m. Samanda, and in the Gambia, I believe it's gonna be like 5:30 p.m. Ndalamal badima and sa ABC, United States of America. Ngal kontong bi lafita nga migration ole diamu kadu migration o nyim fanang na kuo nga londi do soto wotole bawo nga immigration do kuo kele in the Gambia andung nga kibarol soto kaje ko the Spanish Prime Minister anata tama kumpaboro la Gambia Bangkoka o kamala. There are certain things Milialonko, they are very fundamentally key. Ningayatara such a dignified person from Spain, Ainana Gambia Bangkokang, because another port of entry from the waters of the Atlantic Ocean, the Canary Island, Bewolokon, Dolu Beje, Isita Italy Mafangol. Dol bete sita Germany. But most importantly, jama nim migrant soul but Africa jang. The first port of call eka dunnin damin na mimu bunda bati walem Spain Banco country. So all migration onyeng is multifaceted ning ayatrambe jubero kela ka ala kuonyin diam. First thing first, migration onyeng coming ka diamu kule mia lonko akuo nyinte bannola, migration ola kuo nenete bannola, because since time immemorial migration onyeng atebe kerine, bari migration o sifal milkake wolle mu isu nyinte dal. So, for instance, alinga human migration o jube, o human migration o nyenidi amota fanna nyenna, woba tandila a permanent change of resident by an individual or group of individual. And nyingye fendol exclude le mi alonko nomadism. Come in nomads. O nomads olmo o fula molel mili alonko ika ninsolu soto, ise sajiol soto, walate se fengol dol soto, can move from one region to another in search of the savanna grassland. Nyem migration or your exclude. However, bari migration migrant labor and in commuting from one place to another or as a means of tourism, by means of tourism, woye wolfanambe bula category nyinkonale aye lande, all of which are transitional in nature, niye la kuol nyul jube. Bari migration of fam mone akende wokake kabrin time in memorial molka move from one area to another dependent on circumstantial issues milialonko if they are laid down on the ground. Dolu beje fitinole ka kende molka move dolu beje a maril both economic or social infrastructure milialonko ba nyinin kang ila dulalto imanna soto bari be discussion on your manta dunna in detail as to the nitty-gritties about the real core concept of migration. But at the end of the day, ninsita nga jube coming tolfang la Bangkoka internal migration or sotole or internal migration or mi alonko molukabo from rural area yena urban centers. Rural area as example, maybe a bonang ya kombufa babanta or a bonam fatoto, a nanang tubabu kunda dol to mi alonko brikama or sinasara kunda or banjol. Dalile la ka kende mi akende ka bo e la rural area to mili alonko they are underdeveloped, they are underprivileged, and no human social amenities. Jama sort of job creation is very much lacking. All Jama ka can the molu can move from one part of the country to another in search of all of this job opportunity or in search of greener pasture. Minka ke internally, the same thing can simulate to happen in an external setting. An external setting ka kenyadi momi along ko ite mo Gambia dingot where de wuluta banjol leba e wuluta kaur leba o e wuluta tangele ite mari Gambia how many opportunity le create ye Gambia banko kan mi akendi ite mari besino la Gambia banko ka ya fo ifay ko ngamme kyo soto jan nawo mekyo mimbe mbulo kono a jari tanyele ngasi jang manta tamola tato mo jama make no mistake nen sitanka mem mira wala mnyentiko tubabu du ko leata nyaaw nya bar mo jama bije ni botanan tubabu du inata Gambia ila spending and purchasing power wo kam molu nyaabo bakela wala ka akende mo jama kata. But without forgetting that go molu milikabo Gambia jang e kata in either in Senegal, because make no mistake, migration on ying a mandang ka foko ibita tubabu dule. Ni bota Gambia banko ka itata Senegal, that is also a cross-border migration. Ni bota yetata Guinea-Bissau is still a migration, or itata China. All of this, amanyang kakeka foko ibita tubabu du damal that would qualify it to be called migration. You know, at the end of the day, dalila ka kende sartol del bellare mia kende moka boala dulato ad aita dulato. In search of economic independence, social safety net, mia lonko ite mari fo iborita kelol la ban for persecution in your country. Wole akendi be bole la bankoto yeta banku dodo. And most importantly, milibe wo banko nyento a struggle ni membeke foi batata sanje jar several years bari nata na murun na ila bankolu kam beri futate la bankol kam the money and the spending power ka minke wo ka nyindongal nyabonde baba bakel ngal kontong ala barka mol milbe jiberola Mr. Yankuba Manjang aning Mr. Loom aning mol milbe be diamuka wo kamala migration on yen na fana yen te dunna bekono because migration is so broad, it's diverse, and it is multifaceted. Adundunta nyokonole. It is interrelated, interwoven, and intertwined. So niala o fana yen jube barbi ku dantan drong woyem akilo ma miya kendiko purunga migration on yen dia. Because nyen Spain Prime Minister mi alonka nata Gambia Bangkoka. Dalile la ya kendi benala because the influx of people from one region to another put pressure on your economy. It exerts so much pressure on the economy so that it can mean spending after 100 lem, you might even be spending 1,000 in order to cater for those new immigrants milia lonko inate la Bangkoka. Likewise, the Gambia jam. Ning ayatarantola economic indicators ol milben na Bangkok na Gambia jam. Munganaje ko. Imagine ning census minketa. Na population o manfuta 3 million, but there is one striking thing me along a funtita population census go nyinkono. Muna mwote na population o jumped up from nowhere to 2,977,000 plus. So basically, Ibn Island population is almost close to 3 million. So that is not only scary, but it put pressure on the government, the amount of money they would have to spend in order to cater for all of those people in our country. Is a cause for concern. So likewise, they also have too much pressure. Kajube mojolle dunte la banko kang and mojolle muitol fanam fang la banko dingolti. All of them combined statistically yena jube wola banko dingolu ibe satisfy no la nyadile through social infrastructure or also a tolla economic main pump into the Spanish market to cater for the well-being of every individual living in there. Again, more dolu tonya milialo ikabori, kelola, dolu, ike buda indile jang, and dolu fanang, iman safe ila bankolu kang ila fita kabori yeta. Bari nina te yo be bula mirankile ya jube. Sanyin, nyin Spanish Prime Minister Milnatan na banko kang. It is a great opportunity puru na banko la nyaton kolu to stand their ground. Because ngalon nako, we're not going to blame this Barrow government for all what is happening. Migration is a very complex, compartmentalized issue. Mi along kwa nenete banola. Mansa o mansa nata banko kan, this migration issue be tarajele for foul. Wale akende se mol blame nyaunya, but you have to know the root cause of migration. Muneka akende migration onyengake. You know? Kama nga misalo mintani. Ning ayatara yela banko doku in such a way that ko ye decentralization okay la banko ka ye banjul doku nyami ye fatoto doku o nyama ye brikama fanam doku o nyama ye mansa konko doku o nyama ibina jela industrial ye be decentralized manyanka taradula kile. In fact, lack of decentralization woka masibo le fonke man sakundal ko, because ning ayatra disaster strike those industries and factories aka kendile ko ete marila economy nye crumble. But if you put up one industry in Banjul, another in Mansakonko, Fatoto, Brikama, Ibina Jela aka decentralized in such a way that you are not only putting the development in only one concentrated area, but akendele development would be diversified. Molu milia alonko ibe bankokan, all of them will have access to the social amenities. Milia alonko, they have their basic right for your wall sotono. You know, but nima woke woleka akende molka wulinam from Fatoto yenana Bakau yesije. Simply because while you are in Bakau, not only ebe tubabu kundale, barisita no badala yebom senke ye tubabu sotono maybe oyela harje yelende, and also nibe Bakau probably just maybe ibina jele se doku sotono le mi alonko asekeno mecho di hanil lebres yalemba, but maybe nibe Fatoto, hopefully that chances may be there, but it's going to be very slim. You know, nyindalilo le kakende moluka migrate from one region to another. The historical convention of migration where the nomads coming a Mimfo wol milia lonko inila katul solo inila sajiol nila balu wolu mawol bola migration of fankono, although there is a semblance of migration in there. Mia lonko you can move from one savanna graceland to another area purukela katul solo ke domorende ye balunya kendo soto manta o fananyen diamal. However, nyem migration issue do mi alonko cross-border migration, mi alonko internal migration nga odian, the cross-border migration o ka na fanal min na kome ni e wuda indi. Ine manza kunda lo tanyola dun tanyola e koibe e soron na e borita e banko nyinkan economic crisis and stuff like that. Wolu beka kendi ite mari as a person woya kendi wuda ite botajang itata doladoto for economic independence, to look for greener pasture. Whether obekela Spain, Germany, Italy, and Holland, or whether obekela Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, South Africa, and other places, they are all still within the scope of migration because ibemu outside of your country. But be lafetanga mendiam wala mnyenteko. Akumaya bata babake purun na leader solo. They need to work for country and for community and basically for the people milia alonko yes in the palace nyento. Doku o manyanka advertise mole kombe nyine keka. Ni eke sport minister ite nyanta ka mini stadium ol mil belo bankoka. Ite nyanta ka wallon mo manyanka ofo. It should not be propaganda. It should not be even politics. But because you already knew the needs of the youth of this country. Emanyankata Stadium o lo mi alonko Sansankensen ole me koi fayeko you call it a mini stadium. That is a shame. Because Gambia can you call as a mini stadium, they are not fit for purpose. Wal muk sansangoleti doron filo lemuiti. You know? Omo high school America jan high school dindingol ka play daming ela filo wallal fanga advanced annual what they call as mini stadiums in the Gambia. So it is this service to country amuntako na dokulalo melbeje la nganio itol juso semboma warano bake dal prukaje fengol milialon ko nyanta kalo iman lono andong eke lole to a substandard nature. And they still be proud of that. Instead of being ashamed of what they have built, because it is far substandard to the international standard sol ikamiliji. Wolu manke kuti mini ya long kwa nyantaka ke. So ite mari nyantaka need so le long mol sula ta minna. Wala na kumayata bake. Purunga mol ke palasol ko mini ya long kwa idoku fananyin no. At the end of the day, ite mi mari be odo kuo nyimfananyen to isina kukeno je mi alo ise makato baino. Bari, puru kasoman sepke ka jubente be nyim palasikar leto ntele beje yetara wuri ba kensamala doing little work. You talk more than the work that you do. O masiboleti na institutional. Bari, make no mistake. Let us go back to this migration issue nyen. Deal so lel nyanta ka landi ni alen na topic jube. Nga jube komen ko nyim migration isu ate bannola de. Alwo long kany. Hanata loya usenda bol nataka ke president nyim banko ka migration isu te banna. Because migration is multifaceted and la cool nying is so complicated. Let everybody know that. Because Berem Musambube the Kuala as the immigration director general. I was right beside him. Berin Tata Airport to receive some of the migrants from Spain and Italy and other areas. Ntol sawo bukakeati. But at the end of the day, those are people milialonko ibeodulato. Remember, you can be legal in a country by having a visa. Let's talk about that for a second. Ni botela bankot. Maybe it's about a Gambia, it could be a European country, like a Schengen visa, right? That Schengen visa would allow you to navigate through any of those countries within a space of time. But it means you become illegal in that country. Because visa requirements will milbe bankol kang, wola sartoli nyanta ke mafale ye bunya ye horoma. You know, ye bunya ye horoma. Niman na o bunya ya horma. Yes, it is an established fact that itata through the right channel, you apply for a visa, itata ya dealer, ya tampeye tiketo sang, inata tama you go to either Holland, Italy, Germany, UK, and any other of these Schengen countries. Isitaji. So nila Schengen visa ko 90 days you have to be there. So within that 90 days, you have to do your visitation. Ila holiday nying. Before 90 days or elapsed, it's a murun nanu. Bari, niman na woke drong, you become an illegal immigrant. So, look at this sequence of migration. Somebody who migrated because of the issue of tourism, legally, all by the book, another overstater, and now he became or she became a legal immigrant. You know, we understand the fact. Coming kon niaje mo jamakata lifola ibuka sonna kasena because they knew. Mimbela ko bankokan wo it is not hopeful. Mimbela bankokan ame nyabo bake. So we as a people, how do we make things milialonko there in our country to become of a value nature to ourselves and to the other people milialonko imantara na bankoka. Wala mnyinte ko mansa kundali ye industrial warande na bankoka. Ye mutual warande na bankoka. And also ye social amenity solo ye be decentralized. Ye beke dulal to fatoto. All these centers because they all fall within the Gambia. Unless and until you do that, people would look and view things as coming oh no, I wish hanen na ba fa ngai nyanta ka protect le. There are more million ko be do ko ke kanje so that when they go to fish in our waters, it's a fem mutanoje mi alon ka be tol na fala ni nate ya wafi ya sela family balundino, and also to take care of some other contingencies within their family. But in the Gambia, these are opposite. This is why everybody becomes so hopeless to an extent that now waters are all being infestated by Senegal, by Russians, by Chinese and other things. So there should be a law, mimbe formulator kanyin jube. But fast forward, nin nata nying Spanish Prime Minister la visitation on. So as a former immigration expert or worker, ntebe minyin kala wala mnyentiko namansa kundabul. We need a contingency. Me alonko real solid deal. Mimbe lala on the table. Not merely Spanish Prime Minister to come here to give us maybe 10 million euro. That 10 million euro, the longevity of that. How many more jobs or 10 million being created for the youths of the Gambia? That should be something, because they will come and give so little. Come in, those are chicken change, they are breadcrumbs. You know? Walmumburu boroborolete. Me along aten nafala fenna, those are like, you know, womo toilet paper lete. Nia dealer, you know, they get you signed certain deals. Me along they can be returning all our young brothers and sisters and other people in the country, and the wall ni nata nyimbanko kang wall what nature ebe tarla wall ebe nyar, because make no mistake, more min nene tamata ye depression or sotole, ye anxiety sotole, ye sleep deprivation also. Well, and I will find a time nana janga mental health issue diamo, because Gambians need to know the facets of mental health ala stages all be nyadile and something like that. But be na focus be about this immigration thing. So imanyang kana ye 10 million euro dialla mube bulo ko say 10 million multiplied by maybe 70 something dollars womo about 7 something million neti. No, we cannot settle for less. At the end of the day, the actors, the Gambian actors, Milia Lonko, they are sitting on the negotiating table. Wol nyanta kasile ka deal sol dada. Ka yubeko, altol Spanish man sakunda, albe industry jolle lola, albe saselal, you put an ultimatum on them. Alke dolin lale. But ka jube, you go to a table, 10 million euro deal at eko if I have o kanyantale. No, it's not okay. Because na youth sol milia lonko ebe tubabudu, ni e sendina wal katara in a mental state mi along akawakuyata bakel. Remember, dolbi je mechol lel soto je la mechol be wafi, dolbi je la corral be wafi, e bota ja e koy kata tubawdu. E tawo tubawdu nyento ye overstage ni overstate je yene ye murundina. Not only that allow anxiety, depression, and schizophrenia, nature, mimbe balo latenting to be bipolar also. But at the end of the day, ni nata Gambia banko kay lose ta fengo bela. So it means they are starting fresh. So ni nata, in fact, ikakodo mindi nyi return so la ibuka obey di la Gambia government is not giving all of that to these returnees. Wale fana ya asunya ro sembo wara. It's not correct. So ebe menkela Spanish government, it should be a win-win solution. Ni man la fin na moli na ila banko kan. Number one, ntol sulata alien na be o na most city centers olu alie factory loji. O factory nying can hire up to maybe like 2,000 people. Me alonko nim banjul, nim bakawlem, nim brikamale, nim mansakonkole, nim fatotole. Imagine how many youths would not have sacrificed to go into Nying water soul to end up dying. They would prefer to stay. But there is hope. There is salary margin. Me along ka be fangol bulokono na banko kanjam puru. Ye si ye ifam muna fa woto isela musol muna fanje anila family. Ni wo sotota. Aliyo land on the table, let the Spanish government do that. In all of our major cities, industry biology, factory biology. You know, it has to be a win-win solution. A situation. But not meaning you go and be a very bad actor. You go sit there because you have not traveled beyond the source of even Senegal. You want to make a deal on behalf of international relations for the Gambia. Well, Mukuti mi alonko, it is wrong. Because an example, me alonko Gambian in Senegal, ila OMVG, electricity. Nia jube deal o min ketaje, it is a very poor deal. Instead of Gambia paying like a chicken change, just like Senegal be or chicken change min joka, Gambia is paying more than over 100%. Because Nia wafima 35, inata wafila 135, meaning that that's not a good deal. So nkawosi fa lelvo. You know, la vita mole la milia wo feel so long ye je fahamo. Not merely karimun badingolati, karimun terolati. That's why wo mari nyanta kata padium hunting kata nyin kuol keji. Because this is about the life and soul of the Gambia. Me alonko youth soul binala ando youth killing na hakili mammango ni wo murundi ne la banko kam. One ratio is to maybe 100 people. Me alonko aka will be endangered in society. What mechanism na millande puro nyul nata ke hakilo tenkonde ke dundi into jobs because at least afuta nyaonya ifana yetu babu du jalad hana taraibe migrant campo lelto bari o fonyo senungo fango minke ma o fango damma o be frustrated la because ni nata Gambia is all pollution here and there. You know? So ngamun contingency la so that ni nata to prepare for them. So it means Gambia or Africa in general as a continent, they do not care about the well-being and welfare of their citizens. Because ni wate, ete balunya kendo means soto, a moment return nang anyantaka the same balunya kendo soto, anyantaka the same healthcare soto, and anyantaka access to this social infrastructure, anyantaka all based on. But if those things are not in place, it means there is more problem. More problem on the security sector within our country. Kato molbuka siye nyin jube, nyulka ripple effect ole jube. It's like a domino effect. Ning killing jolonta dorong amunta kanye ka nyimbe takile foi be jolong. You know? So at the end of the day, I expect nothing less. Kajube kon nyim the Spanish Prime Minister minnata wala bekela force a force deal ti nyanta kaminse. Let them put factories in all the major cities in the Gambia. Whereby Namolo, they would have something in place for eternity, maybe for at least in 100 years to come, na militara balure. Nafali kake wale nyama. You do not go and settle for something very less. Or ye breadcrumb detail ite amuta coming ko he o mudunia fenko because in enema oko this ifal muta. Another point, they can make a deal with the Spanish government, Kajube, coming Senegal, Kakenyamin, coming Jamaica, Kakenyamin, and other countries. A deal on migrant workers or la deal. Nin season or sita, Gambian olu, nanga maybe more 1,000 ye bojang, yet has pain ye dokuoke. Near dokuoke, from the orchards, apple harvesting, ye cherry sol harvest, ye pear sol harvest, ye mentangol doku ya harvesting. At the end of the day, those people will come back. Make no mistake, altol mil hakilo fanambe tamo kam babake. Spain mo jamal mil beje, wala menten doku, wala apple doku, anin kapial doku and other things. Wala beje, doku bemu doku walati. Ni balanta senola ba ila fangola bankoka. Ema wo seno nyingi. Ebita gardening kela Spain nebe daba nengo sabala fo eko kubi. Ebuka along ko ebe wula nyan. Wula beje. You know? But make no mistake. Ebe proceeds all min dile la wo 8 hours doku onye. Oye modola sanje doku o fango be banne. Wala tengo oye modola kariworo doku o beba. Wala yake the disparity in the income or the wages it can mean di molla. Europe can mean jo ala molla as compared to Africa ka minjo ala mol la jang. They are too different. You know? Because be near you be $100, abetala over 6,000 something. Moja laka osoto Gambia Bangkoka. So what deals ifalu ya landi on the table ya for it has to be concrete. Ibe na migrant workers solu endorse lale nin seasonal sita let them legally migrate from here yeta do kola Spain. Yeta do kola Italy. Nin seasonal banta ibe na murla nanna yen sijang. In such a way, migration would be put in check. Kajeko, Spain ye ala border sol regulate but in tol fanan na jam milia lonko ebe Gambia jam fanal ngan na mol la border sol regulate. Not only regulating them, but we have in-house at home nga doku kendol soto because factory ol bejang ebe tamaka mobe na la mecho ebe taka. Remember, modol fanam famu meche tiolel. Milia long carpenter sol le mold. Dol mu metal worker sol le mod. Dol mu nying masongol lelti milia lonko ye mecho nyin no back. Bare new wol bota je tata tubabu du nyento. Ya mutabe nyame num follow ibuka tarawo nyama ka kendele ko depression o follow ke nyabe mande. You know? Because tubabu du la kuo nying kulolem. Dol believe kang in the Gambia they are living way better than more dolo milia lonko e be sirin tubabu du. You know, coming to Baudu, Toleji, Warata, and of course, the rivers also happen model bije because of the disparity in the wages in Kamil Soto Nakodol Mankele, Wole Akende Jiko Warta Mol come to Baudu. But in Naman Sakundal, they should be very careful. Kataka Hajubeko, if a deal signed on behalf of the people of the Gambia, it should be to the greater interest of the Gambian people and in the youthful Mimbiji. Because the Prime Minister Minnata Gambia Bangkoka, make no mistake, at a honey wati dantan sile bajara an influx of deportation binasila kam na molu wulindike fainan Gambia Bangkoka. So near or deal sifalske, if Senegal is able to sign that contract between Senegal and in Spain, puru migrant workers will ka boja yeta Spain yeta dokuola. Nin dokuo nyembanta they come back. Imari not only bela mecho nyi retain na mimbebulu, but it's an added source of income to you. Ye means within that time frame of 6 months. Ye mean ke Spain Bangkoka. Not only that also, bari ebe la fila ko nyeng industrial milbe Bangkoka. How many youth are going to be employed? Danong nte sila nganna mansakunda kajafinge fata luolong ka atandila ko e make he cool ke. So nyol be mo avenue lalti milia longo Gambia dingol se si nga we think strategically to think outside the box ka cool jube ko nyenna nyanta ka ke bankoto. If it is lacking in a country, it means that country has no hope. And banku alatanya to depends on the youthful population. Ning youthful butter Gambia bango. Imagine look na Bangkoka. Musu jolle beji milia lonko sai manke also simply because nakambanol be fata bakono dol keta bora julol ti ba duma dol keta diamond ti ba duma ini hame baba jang simply because e lafita baba fana nyande la fanto ye ba ma nyandi a fanto ka jube kon te fana ngata ngan sembo doku nga futaje ngana nganyenke. For all you know, they become an element of this thing, manure, to the bottom deck of the Atlantic Ocean. You know? So, nyalmo fanate mi alonko a deminta ba ke. Katon youth sol batata Gambia Bangkoka. Gambia man sakunda e mune dada youth sol ye. Wala kenne nyen deal sol nibe dadala, deal sol. You have to have a win-win situation on the ground. And coming immigration on yinga for nyamate bannola. And tenga immigration doku oke. Mamera mobe je mi alonka immigration faham katambintet. You know? Because nin directo jamala doku oke. Kabo musa mbub fulol be mimbeje fonyin sanyi nim nyimbub dal labang mimbeje. You know? Nim buba sanya nyol be doku oke le zil. Sidi ture nyol. You know? But at the end of the day, na minje doku nyen fanna nyen kono. It means we settle too much for less for these people, and bao decision making na beje chain of command, wala kataraje. And in service, moment discipline discipline mantara dulato mintambita service personnel olkono. Itollel kake, they look at the other way around, but discipline sifa baby dami walam service te. When I talk about service, walam army and all this security apparatus, because they break you ye dada kuke. Wala akende ningaje security official dolbe malibaliale be wandimol butela silokan nga jahalle what they have been trained to do. You know? So barinying immigration kuonying, it is a cause for concern, not only to Gambia. In fact, ntolnga muta coming ko janne Gambia, what the Asian people milka dung Germany kono, milka dung Spain kono, milka dung Germany kono, atoni Holland kono, Italy, and other border porous areas also. Wolu Africa fangoma akotasi. Nyimmo koyo. Eka dunya minke Germany kono. Because nyimbankol bente have been there. You know? Ntata nyimbankol betole. Banku dantan no manfuta wolato. But almost all this West Africa, the European bankol, nga betamale, Scandinavia wol kono. So I know about immigration, not only na tamo fango danta dami, bari nga londo sotole nga doku okele in the Gambia. And Honey B, Honey Sama, I am valued as the most important person within the cadre of the immigration sectors, because not only ko imari bekele dindingol te wala ne nyanta ki bunyale ye horoma, bari ye min fahamuro soto ye mil long. O fananka kendile ko people put value on you. You know? But at the end of the day, nen sita mawo settle for the highest. Nini mo sita on a negotiating table. You have to look at so many factors. Mr. Adam Barrow nala molu nyanta ka jube Gambia dingol ka feje muntolet. Most importantly, youth unemployment. Omo fanala te mi yalo nyanta ka address. Now, ye more sort of at your disposal. Me ya lonko, ya kuntu dawa da nyanta ka waleta. You know? So na youth solo, not only ebe employment kela within all of the major cities, ka factory o yeleje puru doku weke. Isenano le Gambia is blessed with so many things. Nyimbankol kang, ala foye ko ye mentem factory o yele, not only gachi ye mentem factory o min lokan. Ye do fana lo base. Ala for Spanish government ye mentem factory o lo base. Ala foye ko in Brikama, ali duta factory o loje. Miya lonko abe duto process lale, abakela into jam and also into juice and so many other things. Even na importation, in fact, the importation of such commodities would be lowered. Womu win it for the Gambia. Alafwe in Bansang, ye lemuna factory oloje, miya lonko orange juice all tending as a sort of. So Gambia is blessed with so many things. Nina ta gardening na fanala. Nyimfengol milbe mbulu. Wallal nyanta prioritize la. We look at the bigger picture nga dulali yele walye. No, ne wata nendu tawato sita dolu bije fo ese masilan. Duto se kati abuka process no, abuka preserve no, abe tu katinya. For African tolla fita kat mira wo sifalla. Mira Romia Lonko, it's not advancing, looking into the future, but we are looking retardation in the early 60s. Duto manyanka manke Gambia. Duto kendo nyanta kataje, duto manyanka o import, because we are blessed with duto in the Gambia. Likewise, lemuno, bananolo, and other things, wal manyanka import na dulalto. Inyantaka preserve le, inyantaka process le to be processed into so many things. Ibina ajalan tol finance wal import no ikata bantala bankolto. But unless nyole ke, amuntako we are not thinking. We are just concerned about the well-being of ourselves, na family and in terimal milbendala. Amanyanka ke wanyama. And near immigration wala kuo nyinjube kuo masilanta. Senegal ya odilo ke. Jamaica every year. Molal kabonanje yana Spain Bangkoka. Ye dokuke. Molal kabo Jamaica yana even America nyem Bangkoka. Ye dokuke. So in America, ni ben na molu deport la na ye sambana Gambia Bangkoka. Ala foeko, okay, al opportunity yelenye miya lonko. The job market in America here, miya lonko, people can walk into cherries, apples, and also pears. Don't come in kumandi pear la won manke Gambia, or ning Gambia pear mankele. You know, avocado, wale mo Gambia la piat. Isenaja ne olbe doku. Ni ebandi doku okang. Not only it olmo masongo la tisu okono, but benale be kodiba min sotolajan, that would add value to their income earning capacity. But in a molu bula wala onyama, when we talk about America, we give them superiority and latitude in everything. Mfanana bagin in chibekela mente wala munga min sotom bloko. So ninko factory or lonyenye major city solto, iba kelale. If they are concerned about Malawi immigration mole immigrate yanana Bangkoka. Kabering alaya dunia ya fallong immigration oka kele anunga te banola. I said this. I am on record for that. You know? Because immigration na fanna look they are so cumbersome in the sense that be na keta one solution banta another problem like a funtinam because people are endowed with a lot of skills. Daoda ye dulado suke dulado like a funtina. You know? But I think as Gambian authorities, many a time, Ndala Miraro Katara Dami, we have very, very bad actors, very bad deal makers on behalf of Gambia. Ne woten, nyeng isu sol nyantaka solve. And we should not budge for a second because ninga kunduye daming anyantaka tarawalato. Because this migration, woye tollel concern, ay tollel batande dina katambin tol fangol. Yeah? So ninna mol natan na Bangkoka, they need to go through counseling and guidance. They need to go through therapy. Gambia alia moja mala jemi alo iko ikata therapy la. Dol fang be oje ke mira coming ko omu time way soleti. Without knowing ko woka kumaya ringole bondi mari la life kono. Ka make so ko ye balu kendo soto puru inya kana makuke. Gambia mol dolu ya muta coming ko molu milia lonko inyamata wala milia lonko ye kurrol faibe tanka. But I would tell you from an expert point of view, the vast majority of Gambians are mental health patients. Yes, ndalangaf. Ebemu mental health patient on because near Gambia la condition on yinjube molu milialong what they go through on a daily basis. War, depression or back on. And near depression also you are considered as a mental health patient. Modol kataratama kan nesilo kang, even in America here, but yet still they are mental health patient. But what condition on yiba control lare. You know? Nima control, there are certain medication ni dealer, wol to ila condition on ying, aka control no. But ni botela o medication on yinka, amunta ko ila isu solo, aka funtinan. Aggression bambalo na banko fanam faunkan. Eba jubela ko is a sign of a mental health issue lam wolte. You know? Dol bije bipolar lel bela. But in yun sifal bipolar depression, schizophrenia, aning anxiety, aning mental health condition, jama. Near all for Gambia Kenya yelekam because nobody knew about any of these sicknesses, Milialonko. Biribe Gambia Bangkok. And Gambian think on yin sickness all fango wal mansota. Because of the ignorance and lack of awareness. Kajubeko, the vast majority of Gambian people, milialonko ibeje, ibe musasa told. Dolu beje milta keta extreme wallebe tanka. You know? But population wise, model bije wayo soto wayo fanang is a mental health disorder. Because wayo liye stages le soto. do bi je na e ma ka convulsion wala ke ka da ka kankan bondi da kono medication o wala ka o control. But in Africa, as poor as the Gambia Benjamin, wo jo borol man soto. Imagine na Gambia ni tata loptano kono media lanko hani nyanta ka geo sailing back geo nying ima soto. Imagine wala population would be a very dangerous population. At the end of the day, because of the uncontrollable nature of this mental disorders member society kono. Make no mistake. Nin nataka singa jubeko. Oh, okay. Nyulumimbe caring mba combat no la nyadile. All this mayor workshop will not work. You need the human connection here and there. Sometimes you just need to talk to somebody. Purka jubete la disorder nyinga ina boy bala aye kamunde. But you look at bipolar, schizophrenia, and anxiety. All buka bono imari la onyam. Dolka hallucination o leke mi alan ko betar la sire yetara mira like fenje tilibula ba molu buka minje. It's a sign of mental illness. And abe Gambia le wolte banna. Hey jino le ama jina mama. Jino mama. There are certain things milialanko when they are lacking in your body will found ka kele the chemical imbalance ibalo nyinkono o ya kendi kunwe yele. Na jala dol bije ni alonko ye bori do ming eko kube jaro ikumuka yelele they become hallucination o kanela kuma for me alonko o karimu bualti ngama ya jame wala ke Gambia no ka kube jaro dinna alfa le ya mintenti kumuli yelete eko bualle wolti bualten wol mu conditional de imari la diet fan Gambia is blessed with a lot of vegetables here and there. But Gambia ndolla nienna maja dorong mondo ba ni o dada ka domo mano dorong mano man healthy bake. Where can the sasal warta, diabetes warta, and in so many other disorders because molu nenema mutai buka lafi purka nyem vegetable sol domo. And all vegetables, so we are endowed with them. Famala ke doku benna dulalto. Nsem fam balunde nola na balola nutrients all bebetar laje. At the end of the day, na jata kende a kendo soto. But coming back to our own process, nka mem fotende migration onye. Na bad actor solal soto. New water migration can be checked. New water. All the things lafita minna sulata bank minna Gambia bankoka ida na ba kono lembang they have to give us boats bara jube ka minke e ka pickup truck or maybe lulu da male dila ntol ngamuta ko wol mu fembalati wol manke fenti wol they are just wol mu num fewolati num fera wala wolti you know Gambia dingol milialon ko ibe do ko ke molye ibe sirin na government civil service o kono ibe na position olto ibe do ko ke kan inyanda ke nyalo yeki dawada to make decisions on behalf of the Gambian people ede mari nyanda ke moti mi alon ko you make very good deals on their behalf, you know. Gambia BBBB under any administration, including this person who I am very critical of, Mr. Adama Barrow. Nsulata minna bi walam youth employment. Ninga o fanna dafa problem o be solve la Gambia bankoka. Ninga Gambia dingol kono muta nga commodity prices olta nye tala problem o fanan fela talat. So problem o man nyanka combabulate. Nyo kanka wara la wati without no solution given. And then this is an opportune moment. Any attending Spanish Prime Minister, I'll deal balan the table okang nganyol milf. Na molu samba on a yearly basis. Ale capped landiala 1,500 youths. Wala ten 2,000 youths ebe boja legally be ni la kaito yeta to serve as migrant workers in their farms. Ye doku okeji. Wo dilo nyanta kak sile I close. Also ntola nye major cities ol milbe mbulo kono jam. Bakau lemba, Banjul lemba, Serekunda lemba, Brikama lemba, Fato to Bansang, you know, Basse, Kerewan, ye factory ol yeleje ka jube wo youthsol mil fana mil ya lon ko e ka kulungolta ni youthsol ya jube ko e factory kare le yelata yendula kare and wo factory onyin asulata more 2,000 people lela or 3,000 youths ete amira wo youthsol be woto bulala le yete famfa ke fanke sadati bakon ita kala. But what are our leaders doing? They go sit down, like I said, ye kodin din dila miya lonko omu status lefangote. Gambia no etolning kontani ba. Nganyine soto. Tara woman ke fente. So the deal making should be a win-win situation where Spanish people ol milia muta komenko na molu milia lonko e manyankata. Andong ning kombenyin topiko malantem mbandil. Ning if we look at the origins of colonization. Ninga wojube, even ajala nyen tubabol, they are the root cause of nyem migration or mimbekake. Because in Natale yen colonized, because of the strategic nature of our countries, dolbije because tubabol ye water table, they love water so much. In Nata yaje bankol milialon kwebe sutiaren by the Atlantic Ocean, ye colonized. Those people become subjects, they all become the masters. Ninkombe do na otopiko konante nying immigration ku ofang mamandela fa. So ye okay for dolu bige at the fast forward independent on nata woliye fam bonde noibulu. But otu babol beribe bolela dulato dol ning ku jama bal botaje ye na ada kuolu anim fenjama ye wala sunya na Africa yabe sambatu bawdu. So it's the other way around, whereby in Tolfana, Milialon ko sign na mol wulita bao ye fengo be sunyale asamba, sahem beta kanka wo fengo lel natina. Abe wale nyama. Because in Dol fengo mil nyanta kan munafanjan, dol bije gold, diamond, and so many other things, ya be sunye la bankoka. Sa ete mari kate la banko kan, etol la bankoka. Iko hanide, mal la fialie na ananja. You know? La fitan na mol dam male taraja. So at the end of the day, topic on your ma fans on history lete and tawodi amunola bari immigration on yin atemu kuti mi alonko ala kuo yin like I said, is very cumbersome, multifaceted and ala solve yin man easy. Hana tare malaiko le zambana ya jende na Gambia pura eke na nyaton koti immigration will continue to happen. Because ni tata border dolte, near America la border jube with Mexico, and other places. Consentina wayal milbe water, and then kiditiol milbe water. Ika hada madimola jusu jar je walto, milia lonko ika border son and nedol ka sele wolale, doli kono bele ka konto the end of the, but at the end of the day, they make it. Puruka jump or wire or fence or puruka dunnan America Bangkoka. Likewise, ntol mil beja ning ayatora Gambia in Senegal ning an na border sora. Nga soro nyaonya abekela nyaonya molu bedunno la dan. Andung purka don Gambia is the easiest. Gambia mom kany atemu easy country lete. Easy country in everything, whether it's la national document olu aning ka dunge fangol la banko kan aning ka citizenship fanan soto la banko ka. It's very easy. Anda manyanka kewonyam. Molu me ya lon kontrol mil bebota Africa nata tubabudu nga kaito olu soto nyami we earn it. O kaito olu soto nyanga ane. Ibe tarla janne ida ibe musole kono mandela ina dingo soto o dingo ye qualify ye kaito soto muna wamanke ala sokoti. Fulanja weda ibe tarla janne te islame dunke ti mo ye muso nyinin ini modo ye fudu ye qualify kaito dila. O ibeta la nyem bankol kanne ye karang ye la kangol moy ye la mekol long isine do koso. So atutete mari la bula as an immigrant me alo inata what route ibeta la nyame, because when you go to Germany, I have said that here before. Eka mem for wala mnyente ko eben na dinde wala kono mandela ni dingoso, because the German population is under bring Hitler 2 million Jews file Bangkoka. Aya kende Germany BBBB ni tata Germany Bangkoka ika mixed race min taraje Germany in the next 10-15 years mo fingolo Mo mix ringo wala be tambela German foro fam wala. Because of ila population o ye be extinct mulun kenyame. Anu yake adoleti. Kami ni tata jete mu kewote budung ida nganye milfo ibe wala kala. Be kono mandiro kele dingo ibe dingo porochina ye kaito sot. You know? Jaman dingol fango musol jamabije wolia o strategy lon sa eketa baby making machine de. Group nata tente etolka bitiko le yele dorong. Ye bitiko yele dorong Gambia dingol anim order national itoldum balobe kandire mbake coming ko dimba kenyembo. You know? So at the end of the day, nyina mud reality on the ground. Because Nyimbankol Bengaje Tamalana, I know the mindset of an immigrant me along ni sita katara miraka on a daily basis. Walam nyende kombedo ko sotono la nyadile. Anen mbotana banko kang mol ninjiki babento ya mutambe munala jang ida yete ye tai wafi. Tai wafo dunde anafansu repercussion ole beji. Nte as a person of law, me along konga do work in the service sector in the Gambia. Mbuka lafi moe katawola. Katum first and first ni tata tubaudu. Eteka minke as an immigrant yanta me ifan regularized bang. Akata so much so ye kaitola kuo ye o lijante follow. Min tuta jana wo be alabulu. Bare mboy solu hamendim bala kabojang yetara o asylum campolto yetara je ya beke crack kokwa fodi marijuana anin other drugs only. Yen tubabol don ni ba wafikan tubabo e patient soto back. Eka lonna because ye facility jamala soto. Eka lonna ko ite nyin datile be nyin wafikan bari buke mad. Eka wafika drop daming ya be lonne. Bari ke batunne lunna miya lonko ni be I redla wolunde woka du baken. Because not only ebe atandile la video fango ebe dia munya fango le tandile ite mim fango bake kan eko ebe jolle sota la nyenku okon. Andika odrogo ming di odula ofananka mo jamal la life destroy odula. Wala kan the drogo atela fanna nyeng o ma fansun topico le fanande. Maybe I'll come and talk about that here in another time. But immigrants all milbe nyin dulal to nyanta ke hakilo to nyullel. Ye jenke nyin drug wafo la tai wafo. Tonya fast money lam. Bara kodo buka labang. Ida ye mole samba hijo laba wala te bunjan jelle loala. Abeka na jurule ay jinan duma. Ibuka lo wo kodo fanga tata nyadile. Sula ba wale benala boye kang. Yena ye wafiro ke wala ita kala mutala fanga kodo dunda nyade. Because ya soto nyaming imam balu itarol. You know? So Cameroon nan tropical kan. Nyena mukote nkonsina jambi puruka diama kuwa nyena. Na molu milbe nyato ntenga believe like a world they are not good negotiators. Puruka deal solta ke seal. Ka diamu ile kanna. Whether Italian ol nata eko ebe mol lel deport la okay eko ebe na mol deport la okay nyen akenna dulato ni me kejang ntete wol mutanola ha ala le woto you know because na molu melia lon ko fanal kana wal fana muhada madewol e katara condition civil minke dolu bije man kasike man fenna fonke ha Dolu immigrant o dol mol ka fako hay ka nyul mil sayndi nang ye criminal ya bal no manke betide dolu I totally understand wolle kule ke mi ya lonka manyanka ke and wo fanan tubawo dudun tubawo buka mo nakar ni loi tinya you go for a time spend your time in prison ni wo bante ye bulay e ka reform le because prison ikse mecho soto je is falingo soto je and we say londi ba fanan soto prison okon in European prison. African prison dunde wolmu torture dulality. Anna manyanka kewo nyama. Hata madingo la dignity. Aninga la right to live. Wolu te bono la mobulu. But purun na leader soli ya jube mili ya lonko ebeje. Eva me deal maker for the people of the Gambia. Ndanga hintuba udu lo nyami. Bila wala nensi ta tubabol ninga fo e fay tol fam e be jompula le kunwe be korgeto ma fo le si kuke ha because ate kala masilangote na people all they deserve better, and that does not mean ko Adama Barolem meomen sita Bangkok, and they need to make these strict deals, concrete deals. Whether Usenilang, Halifa Sallah and Esafal, anybody, mimbe nyim Bangkoka, ite nying immigration ola kuo, and immigration ita banola, because it is beyond their scope of capacity. But Ferobe jese min landi know that, wala a win-win situation. Me alonko they can put a big deal. Kajuba na Bangko mol nafa. And most often, berimbe service kono. All of these so-called deals all miliale kana, they only benefit the people higher up. Ajube niye motokuto ofanga dila, o motokuto onye minister le fanka habu, anala motosoto onya, wale fanka na lafika o moto onye nta. You see how greedy na leaders will be nyami. And these are first-hand information. I lived it. You know? I lived it when I was there. You know? But it's a minkeno fana sa foyeko alin na police department o be equip na jorangal soto nga police station wo police station the list moto nyanta kamin soto wala moto lulu puro katara sirinje the response time ni a call ke 911 emergency ketadula nyento bam yetaji, but not the other way around where na police department of found imam bum kendol, so just like Yesukuta police station o bonde wolo nasaji bungo naba bungo wala mu high class tika bete ya katambe wo bungo nyin. That is sad. That embodied a failed state. Nyim Bangkoka. Akuom is not even funny. Kajeko in this day and age, police station or setara like that condition. Wetara na Bangkoka. Whereas the president members here in Bangkoka, wala bureau they are first class and high, very good capacity buildings. Wolman correct na Bangkoka. The police sector deserves everything and anything. In Yanta gadget soul, I am very critical of the police because I know their job more than model from Mimbe Odokuola. I know. Ila doku ila fahamo everything. Model be doku nyenkone malong ila general order yemim for police act yemuna for. And in civil service code of conduct yemim. Niye wolong ikanyin tajirente ya minke itakela. But yet still, no matter how much I am critical of them, I am critical of them to make soko ika call minke it violates the fundamental human right and dignity to life. Regardless of all of that, but I think the police deserve everything. They need to be paid most in this country. Police or doctors or teachers or they need to have more pay. But the police or ni man joran kendo soto, imam motol soto. Police station biji. Alu dilo lande in front of this Spanish prime minister. Katandala ko na police or la station or be equip. Give us 500 vehicles. Na be talantalan na police station or tema equitably and judiciously. Kajubeko police they need to get to work. Alu deal sifal dada. Bara nenya laka set. Nenye mol nata ye deal furingol falye. Alia si, alia nya loika, okay. 10,000 or 10,000 euro or 10 million euro. What is 10 million euro? I'll talk all mathematical difference will you be 10 million multiplied by 65 or sifa or 85. I'll manyanka o jube. Because if you have the mindset of the dollars compared to other countries, ni nata yentuba do banko to ete domar faunkela. Because ni tata restaurant auto, ete ba jube lalako. Ni ko eko 50 euro le munyimba gaso te puri ye domar kendo domo. Ete kungokono. And this is for everybody, including myself. You know, Johnny just come ni wol nata, etolu hakilo kono, e katara calculation on la. 65 times 50. Womu jallati, maybe something, la hajilante se odom. $9,000 in se odom in think, Wateng. Ibuka jube onyama. But on a serious note, Namolo, they need to do good deals for us. Nenyemol malafing ataray la Bangkoka. Ali wol landi. Yen na police will equip, yen na fire service will equip, yen na military will equip, and in other sectors, I can win-win situation. But if ending the alal to le jump wala for Santo, aliena na molo mili alonko, they are half human being now. Because ye incarcerate ye incapacitate ye pengule pengurnya jawol e balajatol kono. At the end of the day, ne wol nata jande become a burden on society. Niman regulate more because we do not have a structured society nyimbankoka where they have a specialized profession puruka nyimosifal makwe. In the end, wallal kanake multi-million longo, they end up meeting an untold suffering on society. Because society because of the lack of provision for all those necessities. Bangkokang andun jamala nyanta kaoke central government. We understand government a lot. However, we know central government is limited in their doing because budget is involved. But in the budgetary allocation or kala. Mona kende the State House of the Gambia is on the top. Kadula be fenke. As if President or Malaiko in Bangkoka, they can cut their salaries. Just like you go to Burkina Faso. Nyatonka kendol kawaleke. In time of hardship, you do stringent measures to cut budget and to cut earning. Mansakunda nyantaka walake ke fansun salaril tala. Last time I checked in 2000 and malanyadi 20 or 19, Baro played talako 10% of our salary. Me along katala salary buka tax de. Akwa be wale pledge la for national development plan. Baro kodo nyinga buka jo. Lahidi baro lahido mintinya na Bangkoka is just too much. So character matters, honor matters, decency, and integrity will be matter to Bangkoka. Alkana CJ nyendolado katasi ka jubeko. Oh, immigration on nyelel nata. Ye bad deal, ye kodinde mindina. Hanatara 30 million ye wale dialanteko is understated. What ento la Gambia la Banco la problemo solve la. It will get us somewhere as a start, yes. But it's not the be and the end all of what they need to do in our country. So, ali deal kendol dade. Ka foyeko na musol la gadinolu ya be bohol ye ku fengol keje milialon ko solal betar laje whereby giote mankela andung ela doku hanini la feta nako doku la suto isa doku no. You'll be more strategical till se millandino. But like I said, by and large, the most durable and long-lasting thing I'll say minkeno wala mkafo ye Gambia la major city sol be factory ya be industrialized. Ya be industrialized. Ne woketa modol te bola jayeta tuba udu modol ni mecho bota Gambia Bangkokang. Ngaje dolu eka bala demo ba demo nyengi ka minsoto a day is even way more than $50,000. But biri bota je futata Germany Bangkoka inyala fita mala. Inyala fita mala because at the end of the day it can mean soto it all natake as a liability in those immigrant camps to be sirinji. Ebuka doku foika foye faye ko ninga lontina laja. Suto ise mo ibe wurila iba fola ko why Germany ne hot Germany mambe dia. Wol be mu high esteem of hope let wole futandiji. Mo ni futata follow aka kole ale borisinin sama kana sone ale. You know? So deals all nyanta data based on the harsh realities milben na Bangkoka. Police all manjoran sort and joral mil nata, let it be given directly to the source. Because many a time near the mola, Milia lonko they are actors, civil servants, all. Etollel ke benefit ala manyanka ke wanyam. If it is for police station, Niko Burem police station need to have 5 pickup truck. For crying out loud, mo manyankata o busi Burem police station ola. Because at the end of the day, Wallal mufannate milia lonko navigability puruka bodu lado to kata kamolla needs also solve in the hinterland of the country is a major problem in our country. So ninyi mol natal kan whether Spanish Prime Minister Mimben na Bangkoka or Modo Ebonang America or somebody from Italy or Germany al deal bal set al yeg lock ka tandila ko nal manyinken tel session nanyen. Migrant workers all, they can go. They can go and work in Germany. They can go and work in Italy. 2,000 youths, Germany, every year. 2,000 youths, Italy, Spain. And 2,000 youths in Germany every year. Ite hamera jamale be kumbola nying immigration kuola, migration kuola. Because they know there is a fixed time and a fixed amount of money need tata what they are able to make in that place. And dolbije, that is an easy access. Puru ye travel to Germany. Not only you work hard there, but within the time frame ni beje, even ajala German musukile ye jube aje he ite ke kuta bakele de. Ebe bete arem bakede. Al sekul city alie futu legally bataman nataraje. All what these people are asking is imanyanka tarashiri la banko kang ayatare man register and they cannot control you because through a bank holder eka lafile ka mall control they want to know what you are doing. Nibela banko ka yetara tax joker. Yes, they understand that is a good source of income. Puritol fanana banko. But nibela banko kang ila silanda baka taradame wala mnyendik mujolle bento la banko kang. If they are undocumented, wolu benyem banko kay nata janyadile. Modol beje, isita ye fania bafo eko nyene mbondin na banko ka nyene nyinga beta ta nata. Just because Gambia is so hopeless. Doku tije, dole beje, honestly, dalila koyo wale bondi jang. Ke samba ida Italy, Germany, Holland, and other part of Europe. At the end of the day, wal marilu ye wuda indi janne fitina baye wala boyika. Mansakunda malla fikeje simply because welcome to nyale for Mansakunda. Ye la life atem ilafta kefa ye dolo bute ye kol be fara ye singol kati wole akendi borite tata tubabudu. Walla kuo genuine tale. Anno ne futata je ke la story la make and then ye la kuo assess ye newspaper jube for to check for ite kanye mem for to nyale. Then ni nata lonko ika mem for ye kaito dile ye CJ not only better la sirinje le bari ibekar la namo le fananjole to la dulado. Tubawo la banko nyine je tamande. Parentol Gambianol na jang, these are the things like Nenkomba Fola Bekela saying kandiri ballot. So Barola Mol Milialonko be Lamoikan, these are the things that matters most in our country today. And in fact, nite woke ya beila man sakundale sambandi la nyata ba kendi la moli nyafa soto maybe la doku woka ibe minkekan. The youths of this country batatale. The youths of this country is hopeless simply because man fenna soto je central government buka employment ok. Ni la fita just like the former vice president Kafoko ha bering cementol wala mani botol nata youthsol man la fikata adoku. Onyom malbali ya kumule bekere. Fate bella fila la dingo ita mani boto dunu. Wate wala ka simenti boto dunu wate. It's a matter of choice. It's not a force. Puru ka jubeko nganyen doku karile nati. Puru alieta alie doku keje by force. Because ite mari nyantaga jube. Ila stamina and ila strength ite be nyadile. Ne mani boto lete kunga. O mani boto ibine jola minna. O fango. Wo manke koditi mimbe jara nola. After the fact. Ila sasanye. Because not only abe kole bola, but ibe batalale. So it's a matter of choice. Mol milialanko, they feel that it's a omani boto dununo wala tensimenti boto. Wala bitale ye do kuwa nyinkona isine ye jo. But like I said, Puru a vice president of a country kanaka afako Gambia dingo lazy ta walman la fikatado. That is a reckless statement. Because at a mim found kawakate o mani boto dunol. A dingo takela, a barin dingo takela, a famad wulu dingo takela. So yeah, more la selfishness just sometime. Central government responsibility le bill. Electoral palaso nyento doesn't make you the be and the end all of anything. And Noila Paro, kake vice president of the country, doesn't make you more patriotic than anybody in the country. You know, I get a privilege for you to serve country and community. But in Ibe serving, you have to do your best and utmost due diligence, you serve for the greater good of our people, not the other way around. You know? Bari mo jamabe man sakunda kono niaje nyin kuma mesangol siata kuma kalantam fol siata wuliya ba fol siata itolu palaso nyin wala tambite kungola because in their lifetime they have never handled such a position like that. People need to check their behavior in the Gambia. You know? Wala mo kute ni sita ye good deal sol keje na Gambia bi manyanka mano import nanka na Bangkoka bi Spanish Prime Minister Mimbeje Allah diamaye irrigation and mechanized irrigation facility yete yewo dundi jahali pachar la dulat. So that ntolfanana Gambia dingolo and the people around that area will say sama doku, samano doku, sama tilikande ba dokula anong mani importation onying abetalala. Those are deals millialonko we want to hear from you people. Ando nale deal sol foe ning ayatara nyeng migration o yetol sula. Puri tolla fitakan na barindingol sayindi na mbamalu dol na brothers and sisters all. Na ye sula bake lala. We need a mechanized agriculture in our country. So wol sifalu wolle mudili kendolti. You look at the longevity and the prospect me alonko wokuo dilo nye me ba setkang Wobe Gambia Safla to how many times? Not 2 pickup, not 5 pickup, or 10 pickup. What is 10 pickup after all? You know? Police will be a honeybee. They don't have good gadgets on them. Wolbe nyantaka sotole dili balandi strategically. Deal maker solo ali wol samba jewaye. Not like anybody based on whom you know. Yete yes, yeah, Prime Minister Nata. Yeah. Hey, bloody nyola. You know, woman nonsense solity, you just go sit down, look at the problem of the country. Yeah, Jube, how you address it based on your series of things that I've said. Walla kumata Gambia be. Because Gambia is a hungry nation be in Bangkok. You don't expect a Spanish, how many people are migrants are in Spain? Puri na ye obe sending an adding insult to injury. You know? So walman better naltol ya miracle altolla life be better because we are paying you people from head to toe. Mo jamabe Gambia be baby struggle can they are suffering under the condition. Also for reason of member na Gambia Bangkoka, we need people millialonko they can relate to us in a humane way. Kajubeko, itol fanaya lonko itol muhadama dengolte. But a wicked society whereby you sit there milia longo, the top 1% milbe sirinje, they continue to enjoy and deplete our resources. Yet, the vast majority, 99% of our people live in abject poverty. How do you reconcile with that? Alinga fahamu. Nying immigration o me ba tale. Barintenga jube is just a merry-go-round thing. In my whole life of walking into the Gambia government, from teaching Department of Education and to the Department of Interior, Nanyindulal be jube Gambia la process is just like the same merry-go-round, Because ne Gambia la politico jube, the same thing, old thing, wale be fenkega. I don't see any new thing in the political landscape of the Gambia. Man woje man fenkuta jeje. Yen so-called cross-capeting, cross-capeting. Abe daji kantaya. I, for one, does not fall in for those things. Because nin daji ka kendo bel, ete mari as a human bete ha lonne mune nyantela, mune bete atela. In a progressive society, me alon ko besila, ya jube bankola tamandir nyabeji. Nko hani anna biomo, hana tara ala anna biomo le kina. Ite mari nyantaka lonko tonya nyimantara ke kukango. Barin na daji ko jawya anim fankongo na banko kan. Wole mfutandimbe problem ol mimbe kono. Because Gambia dingo can be very self-serving and self-interest. In as long as it be balula doron chunin chae kumela korda kono. Wondongo woka kucha domo wala tenga ka tenkulo te aka domo ema worry ye o muta bafutu waleti. O mutardeleti. Because we need a society mea lonko. Mobe living wage chato mea lonko. Amanyanka ke only one side. Ibina jela. Ni wofana mfanka mayata. Awala fending soto. Wokanete ya daniro minate danila. Anyway, nyella mfanate purungana ajang. For crying out loud. Na mansakunda molu. Ali lamwe kendeke. Al dil kendol kenna mola. Our Gambia deserves nothing less than a win-win situation. All the major cities, ya factory lonyeji. Ha! Umukundin na titolie. A resource bejela, income bejele, and a connection o bejele. Niya woken na youth soltinale ya. You know? Niya na agriculture mechanized, whereby in tolkanyi mimbeke, molum fanal ben na mol employ no lale doku ken na sate konajan na farolto, and they will be very content. Because some people love to do this kind of thing. You know? And again, I'll connection all set. Ka jube, momo seasonally, Germany 2,000 youths. Yetaje every year. Italy 2,000 youths. Maximum. Wal yetaje. Spain 2,000 youths. Cap. Wal fanetaje. At least youths will be worry la. They would not worry any bit. It's an ajija mo carpenter ebojang. I tawo seasonal job la in Spain. I kodi baso deje. I na murunang. I continue a carpentry job la. It's an ajija masongo ebojang. I ta dokola in Germany. Seasonal job. I bang, I murunang. I continue la mason yala. Fankama ya fela be funtita na bankolka. These are the aspect milia longo. We can think outside the box purungi sotono. Ka foy kon na police station ol be ali be dadanya better. But ni kodo di Allah most harmful. Management of those assets. Eka milkina milbe nyato wala kana ikala fike bula. Wala nali habo bula. Al greediness bula. Al wasabalia bula. Ibe daming. Ike jo basic min. Umuta al barakala. Bari minki na mansakunda ya puru mansakunda la sector solye benefitala. Kana wolta ya lela jamaka wai. Nyolle mo kumote nkonsi nga mimfutandala. And I only hope, they would make a good deal on behalf of the people of the Gambia. Allah barakabake. And sa ABC, United States of America.